Betul. Mali. Alright, may natakon.
Good morning, everyone. Let me just fix this virtual background. Okay. All right. So, good morning, everyone. I am Ira Marie Carnado, LMS team lead from the Philoed. I'm glad to welcome our educators, trainers, site administrators, and all Moodle enthusiasts here in this room, and also to our audience online, as this session is being streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. Please like, comment, and share this live session on your colleagues as well. And as we go along the presentation, should you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box, and questions will be read at the end of the presentation. So in this slide, allow me to share my screen so we can start with the presentation already. Thank you. Okay, let me just go here. All right. So Moodle version 4.3 was released last October 9, 2023. It's brimming with new features, improvement, and still true to its vision on user experience improvement. But before we get to that details, let me first highlight the reason on why Moodle should be upgraded. So Moodle is just like any other software or online platform. It needs regular updates for several important reasons. Number one for this is the security. So we all know that there are a lot of threats nowadays involving uh, the online platform, and of course,
This meeting is being recorded.
we have to make sure that our data and our users' data is secured. So part of that intervention is continuous upgrade and updates of the platform that we're using, and also true to Moodle. So it might be true that some versions of Moodle have vulnerabilities that can be exploited by malicious actors. So regular updates include security patches to protect the user data and the platform itself from any potential security breaches. So that is number one most important reason for Moodle version upgrades. Next is bug fixes. So software, no matter how well designed, can have bugs and errors. So any Moodle updates and upgrades include this kinds of fixes already. Next is enhancement of features. Again, as highlighted is for Moodle 4.0 or starting Moodle 4.0, the user experiences has been improved, and also there are a lot of features that is being added as we go along the way. So in every upgrade, um, there are new tools and enhancements that is being introduced. And it's important as the platform grows and handles more data and more users. And of course, it's important as well to keep up to the modern technology that is available now, right? So next is the performance improvements. Software updates can optimize performance, making Moodle run faster and more efficiently. This is especially important as the platform grows and handles more data and users. Next is for the compatibility. As any other tools, online upgrades, Moodle has to be upgraded as well and must stay compatible with any modern web standard, browsers, and devices. Updates help ensure that the platform works on various devices and web environments. Next is for the regulatory compliance. So educational institution and organization may need to comply with various regulations regarding data privacy and accessibility. Updates can help Moodle align with these requirements. So we know that there is a lot of features inside Moodle that helps us to be able to comply with data privacy by setting up policies and privacies in your own Moodle LMSs, application of other accessibility tools. So it's been improving ever since Moodle 4.0 and so on. So there is a lot of improvements going on for us to be able to have a regulatory compliance. Next is user feedback. Um, this is an open source application, and the community is very important for the developers. So Moodle's development often incorporates feedback from users and educators like us. Updates can address user suggestions, concerns, and improving the overall user experience. So if you have any other feedback and comments, you can share it with us here, and maybe it can be part of the next upgrades as well. Next is the long-term sustainability. Keeping the software updated ensures its long-term sustainability. So neglecting updates can lead to technical debt, making future updates more difficult and costly. So we'd like to highlight with this, if you were still on Moodle 3.8, 3.9, so it may be advisable for you to upgrade already to the Moodle 4.0 because as we go more and have newer versions, so it's gonna be hard to upgrade it to the latest version. So there are a lot of changes and environment requirements that we may need to properly set in place first before we can have you upgraded to the latest version. So we have to keep the software updated as there are new updates available. So that is the best practice for that. And we as a Moodle partner is here to help you. So we'll be providing some details as well on how we can help you upgrade. So if you need our help for that. Next is a community support. The Moodle community is actively involved in improving the platform. By keeping the software updated, you contribute to the health and vibrancy of this community. Next is integration with third-party tools. There are many educational institutions who uses Moodle in conjunction with other software or tools. Updates can ensure compatibility and smoother integration with these external systems. So if you were using SSO integration, other software integration, so updates with Moodle can help with smoother processes and transactions for that. So, in summary of this, keeping Moodle up to date is essential for number one, security, functionality, performance, and long-term sustainability. It helps to ensure that the platform remains a reliable and effective tool for online learning and teaching. Again, we Develop Technology Incorporated as the Moodle Premium Partner in the Philippines is here to help you with that. All right. So I would like to uh, introduce you to the Moodle 4.3 features, and I would like to call on Ms. Shikangela Sakdalan, our Senior Moodle Support Specialist, to proceed with that presentation. Ms. Shika.
So let me share my screen. Okay, so can you see my screen now? Hello?
Yes, Rika, there's just an echo.
For a while lang po. So how about now? Is my voice choppy?
It's better now. Thank you.
All right. So again, thank you, Ms. Ira. So this webinar will provide an overview of what are the improvements for students, teachers, and administrator, followed by a Q&A session. So if you have any queries or questions, please leave them in the comment section or join in the public chat. So we will do our best to respond to all your inquiries. All right. So let's begin with the improvement of a student. So the first improvement of a student is the access completion conditions from a drop-down menu. So as you can see from this image, so each activity has completion requirement that can be found by clicking the to-do drop-down menu. So the student should click on this to see all the requirements, to see all the completion requirement set by the teacher. And once the student meet this criteria, it displays as done in the course page. So that is the first improvement for a student, the access completion conditions from a drop-down menu. So the next improvement for a student is to display of show more or less link for restriction. So when an activity or a topic section has many restrictions set by the teacher, let's say a group restriction, a grade restriction, or an activity restriction. So it consumes po a lot of space in Moodle, especially sa course page area, which I believe most of the user find it less appealing. So in Moodle 4.3 version po, it has been taken, making the course page look better. So the student need to click the show more link to preview all the restriction set. So the next or the third improvement for a student is to participate in a dedicated messaging group. So for me, this is one of the most exciting features of Moodle 4.3, the messaging course communication po in the course page. Because your teacher can enable a course messaging room that can be accessed right here, located siya at the bottom of the page, that is useful for a teacher and a student. So this feature po will be further discussed later in new features po of a site administrator. And the fourth improvement for a student is the course index collapse or expand all. So the course index po in Moodle 4.3 is scrollable and collapsible drawer that displays the activities and topic section located dun sa left side ng course page. So as you move up and down to the central page area, your location is highlighted in the course index. So in Moodle 4.3, the expand all and collapse all options are available din po sa course index. So to improve also our experience in viewing po sa courses natin. So the next features is the text and media area name. So yung text and media area is also known as the label activity. And when this activity is added po, you can't give it a name, so it doesn't show in the course index area. While in 4.3, text and media areas can have names which displays then sa course index area. So next improvement is the better book navigation. So as you can see from this image, in previous version po of Moodle, the next button and the previous button were available po in book resource, while in the 4.3 version, floating buttons were added to improve or to enhance the navigation of the book resource. So the last improvement for the student is yung full screen button of the text editor. So yung full screen button is only available for TinyMCE editor, which is now the default text editor in Moodle 4.3. So it was designed to be lightweight and user-friendly, providing a set of formatting options for users. So as you can see here, as you can see from this image, it offers many more formatting options than other text editor. And I believe the full screen mode and creating a table are two of its best features. So that would be all po for the improvement of a student. So yung next remaining slides natin will be focus po of what are the improvements of a teacher naman. So what are the improvements of a teacher in course page? So the first improvement of a teacher is this. They edit links for direct access to settings. So teacher po can now benefit from a new feature called edit links for direct access to settings. So as you can see from this image po again, teachers have edit links taking them directly po to the relevant completion or restriction settings. So this improvement po offers a quicker way to edit yung activity settings natin by simply clicking here po yung edit conditions. So, in contrast po yan sa previous version natin where you had to navigate to the activity. So, click the activity, click the settings, and then scroll down to the activity completion and then set up your activity completion. So, this process required a lot of clicking and consume a lot of your time, especially if you need to update yung mga activities natin inside our courses. So with these new features, you can save much time and effort, allowing you to focus more on other important course tasks po in the course. So next improvement in a course is the group icons for teacher. So second is the group icons for teacher. So a group icon display on hover for activities allowing groups. So again, you can easily update the group mode activities by simply clicking here the hover icon. So upon clicking this hover icon, so this is what it looks like. So this image shows what happened when the teacher click the group mode icon. So a modal window gives teacher quick access to group mode settings. So again po, this will eliminate yung process ng clicking and save a lot of time and effort, allowing teachers to focus more on other important coursework. So next is the third is yung new availability settings natin. So new availability settings is from more or from the three dots icon. A new settings allows easy editing of availability options. So this means po na you can easily hide the activity and make it available with just a one click lang. So to recap, in course page improvement, there is several way po to update the activity settings, group icons or group mode, and the availability settings with just one click lang. And then next is the database activity file export. So here po in the database activity file export, you can now include yung mga files when exporting database activities entries. So as you can see here, there is another options. Include files in export. So we just have to check this and click the export entries button. So the last part po of teachers is the H5P copy content. So here po in the H5P content, yan, as you can see po, you can now copy yung H5P content in the content bank. So it's copying and pasting allows you to quickly duplicate yung text in H5P without the need to retype it. So this can save a significant amount of time, especially when dealing with large amount of information. So that would be all po for the course page improvement. So yung next slide natin will be focused naman on what are the improvement for teachers in course communication. So as a teacher, you can add a messaging room link And so from this, as you can see in this image, you can add a messaging room to either custom link or in a matrix room. So after you configure this on your course page, you'll notice a messaging icon and that allows you to enter po yung room. And then as a teacher and as well as any other non-editing teacher, you will have monitor rights and only participants will have access to that room po. So take note lang na this is only available. So only available lang yung course communication if enabled by your site administrator. And again, as I've mentioned, and we will further discuss yung course in communication in the site administrator features. All right. So after course communication, next is what are the improvement for the gradebook enhancement and the question bank enhancement. So in Moodle po, a gradebook is a tool that allows the teachers to manage and track yung student grades natin. So this means po na all the grades for each student and assessment can be found po in the gradebook activity. So as you can see in this image, in the gradebook setup, so sticky footers give quick access to common action buttons and navigation link. So there is a quick checkbox here. Ayan. There is a quick back checkbox here that allows you po to perform a certain action such as editing and updating yung grade item natin. So that is for the gradebook. Ayan. There is a checkbox that allows you to do bulk action such as editing and editing the grade items. So last po for a teacher is yung question bank. So when we say question bank in Moodle, so it's a collection po of question that are stored properly po in the question bank. And with these new features po, ayan, as you can see, you can use the filter area for a better searching experience. And also, you can add or remove yung mga columns and fields you want to see po in your question tab, which allows the teachers to customize the view in the question bank. So that would be all po for the student and teacher improvement in Moodle 4.3. So yung next remaining slides po natin will be focused naman po on the new improvement for site administrator. So to discuss this, I will now give the floor to Ms. Aramay Coronado. So thank you.
All right, thank you for that. So proceeding for the new features for the site administrator, again, number one, as mentioned, for the reasons on why we should upgrade is the security. So in this version, the Moodle 4.3, Moodle multi-factor authentication brings added security on our site. So in previous versions, it is an additional plugin that needs to be installed. But for Moodle 4.3, it is already an authenticated and readily available plugin for our LMS site. So multi-factor authentication can be an authenticator app, non-administrator authentication, a specific authentication type, user capability, cohort factor, and many other multi-factor authentication that you can enable. So on setting this up, there's just some conditions that needs to be available, especially if you were using Authenticator app. An app should be defined and integrated right here. So that can be done on the settings already. And you just have to add on a specific way for each factor on which is more important to verify that the user is really the authenticated user for this functionality. So this is already integrated and available in the Moodle 4.3 version. Next is the do not track privacy options available for YouTube and Vimeo. So there's an additional settings right here. So if we embed a video from YouTube or Vimeo, we can enable that this video is not trackable already by our web browsers and also the applications that is Vimeo and YouTube. Next is on the enhancement of the settings available. We can restrict the LTI tools to specific categories already. So LTI tools are other external tools that can be made available in your Moodle LMS through other integration. So in this version, it is now available that the LTI is restricted to specific course categories only. So if there are, for example, this group of people is subscribed to this LTI tool and this group of people is not subscribed, so you can limit the usage of the LTI tools according to your needs or according to the setup that you have added here. So this is the example of setting up the restriction of category of the LTI tool. Next is the premium TinyMCE plugin support. So as we know by default, since Moodle 4.2, the default text editor of Moodle is now the TinyMCE. So by default, we are using the free version of that, but there is a premium paid version of the TinyMCE text editor, which contains a lot more icons and text that we can use to improve our course contents. So that is the TinyMCE plugin support. Next is we have the contribution from the Moodle User Association. We have the default activity completion. So we have the site-wide default completion page right here. So we have an additional setting to identify the default activity completion. So currently, in the previous version, the default settings available is the course default settings. So this settings is inherited by all courses that is being created. So now, the site administrator can also set up a default activity completion, meaning this condition, this default activity completion will be inherited by all of the courses in the site. So in this area, you can identify that all assignments must be completed before the course is marked complete or before, on the activity completion, you will identify that all assignment is marked as viewed or marked as grade before it is marked complete. Or for the quiz activity, you have to, you can identify right here that all quiz activity across your LMS site must be graded or must have a passing grade before it is marked complete. So the view, after clicking this one, it will show all of the Moodle activities and resources in which you can identify or set up the default activity completion. But of course, on the teacher side that is creating the Moodle courses and activities, they can still modify those activity completion per activity that they are creating on their end. Next is the report builder. So there is a new report source. So we know that report builder has been made available since Moodle 4.0. This allows us to create our own custom reports in accordance to the report sources available. And as we go and upgrade the Moodle version, new report sources is being made available. So in Moodle 4.3, the course category is now available as a report source. So in Moodle 4.3, these are the report sources that we have. We have the badges, blogs, cohorts, comments, course categories, course participants, courses, files, groups, notes, tags, task logs, user badges, and more. And again, as we improve, there will be a lot more report sources that we can use in creating our own custom reports. And in addition to the report builder, there is now a capability for us to be able to filter the context level. So what are context levels? So these are data in our databases, which relates to either the course context, the activity context, or the user context. So if you want to specify a specific context in your reports, say for example, you want to get all the reports in regards to all the activity context only, we can set that kind of condition already in the Moodle custom reports. So if you want to create a context level report or filter the report in accordance to course context, it's also is available already in the Moodle 4.3. Okay. So before, let me stop sharing this one and share another screen. All right. So the most communication system. So Matrix is a decentralized platform for secured communication. Sorry. A decentralized platform for secured communication. And Matrix platform can be integrated in Moodle 4.3 already. So you just have to enable the experimental settings to that and set up your own Matrix server account. So let me just excuse me. So in these settings, you have to set up the home server URL, the access token, and the refresh token, and also the element web URL. So once this is all set up, at what Ms. Rika shown a while ago, this will allow us to set up a communication activity or communication icon in each of our courses. So you just have to set up or select the matrix provider in that. And once it is set up, this kind of icon, the number 2 right here, will be available. And through this one, you can have a secured conversation with either of your co-teachers inside the course or your participants inside the course. So that is the communication improvement that we have in the Moodle LMS. Also, if you do not want to use the Matrix provider or the Matrix communication platform, you can also set up a custom link to that. So in this example, excuse me, in this example, we have a provider from a custom link. So you just have to set up the custom link URL that you have from your communication sites. May it be other communication platform like maybe Messenger, Telegram, Viber, Slack communication. So that is the communication feature that is an improvement for the Moodle 4.0. So allow me to share this screen again. Yeah. So that would actually be the end of the features that we have for the site administrator. So again, as a Moodle partner, we are here to help you if there are any questions on that. So first and foremost, before we can upgrade is we have to identify the plugins that we are currently using in our site and what is the version that we are currently using. So if you are interested, of course, to know more about upgrading or if you have any questions or concern, you can contact us through the details that you can see on the screen right now. So at this juncture, the floor is now open for any questions that you may have. If there are questions in the chat, we will read through them. If you want to open your mic and raise your questions, please just raise your hand so we can unmute you po. So thank you. We have a question from Pinky Garrido. If teachers are not online, will there be a notification? On what feature po kaya, Miss Pinky? But usually if even if the teacher or any user is not online, a notification in reference to other activities available will be sent po sa ating mga user. Yeah. So for the communication, it's already on the messenger tool that we will be using. So it depends po sa setup natin for that. So for Matrix, if you enable the notification, even if you're not online, you will be able to receive the notification. So for a custom links, say for example, you were using Telegram to that, so we will receive it through your Telegram application po. Okay, thank you for that question. Are there any questions on this session? Okay, for the new update in the UI from Sir Kevin Rodriguez or of LPU Manila, for the new update in the UI, will it be update also in the Snap theme? So that is something that we have to check. So there are plugins that is already available or updated, and there are also plugins that will take a lot of time to upgrade. But upon checking right now, the theme Snap is still compatible with Moodle 4.1, but maybe it will still be compatible with Moodle 4.3 as well, but that is something that we can check uh, later po. So currently the latest version of the Snap theme is Moodle 4.1. So for from Miss Jo Villarba of Alliance PNB, so in version 4.3, can we still customize the look of our LMS based on company standards or as is po si version 4.3? Like we want the home dashboard on the side menu. For Moodle 4.3, all of those menus po, Miss Jo, is found on the header side. So if you will use a theme na those menu can be found on the side, yun po yung ma-advise natin. So if you want to look for a theme that has that kind of structure and layout, that is possible naman po. But for Moodle 4.3, most of the for that requirement, for that specific requirement, we can help you po look for a theme that follows that kind of structure pa din naman po. Thank you. So, Sir, from Sir Marvin Cruz of PTS College, is it safe to upgrade directly from 404 to 4.3? Okay. Since it is of the same environment, I believe the requirement is as long as you are in Moodle 3.11.8 or later, you can directly upgrade to Moodle 4.3. Although, as best practice, we recommend to upgrade it in one iteration po. So maybe it's best to still upgrade to Moodle 4.1 to 4.2 and then to 4.3. But that is just the best practice that we do. And make sure, of course, that you have a backup for that. Okay. Okay, so from Miss Precious Ann, do you have a PDF file of best practices in maximizing and maintaining Moodle, specifically 4.0 onwards? We currently don't have that document, Miss Precious, but we do share those kind of details on our Moodle trainings. So we offer training for teacher on how to use Moodle tools and activities, and we offer training for site administrators on how they can maximize and utilize their Moodle LMSs po. And we also have free courses in our LMS site, which might be helpful to provide some kind of information in accordance to that po. I hope that helps. All right. Are there any other questions in the room or online?
All right. So thank you everyone for I think that would be the end of the presentation. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We hope you found this webinar valuable. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of a few key takeaways from today's session. Keeping Moodle up to date is essential for security, functionality, performance, and long-term sustainability. It helps ensure that the platforms remains a reliable and effective tool for online learning and teaching. So before we end po, may I request everyone to open their cameras for photo op. Ayan. So please open your microphone. Please open your camera po. All right. So how about the others? All right. Please open your camera for photo op lang po. Thank you. All right. All right. Sige po. One. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile. One more time po. 1, 2, 3. Smile. All right. So again, if you have any further questions or if there's anything we can assist you with this po, feel free to reach out to us at support@dphiloweb.com.ph. So thank you po and have a nice day.
All right. Also in line with this, we'd like to receive your feedback as well with regards to this presentation. So on the screen right now is the QR code for you'll be directed po sa ating Google form and you'll be able to give us your feedback in regards to this. Also, the link will be shared on the chat box. So we hope to receive your feedback. And based on the feedback that we will receive, you will also be receiving your certificates of participation in this webinar. Please follow our social media pages for other webinars upcoming in the next few days. So here are the schedule for the next webinar that we have. On November 28th, we have a webinar on Alibaba Cloud. December 1, a discussion about iSpring, an interactive tool. December 8th, we have a webinar on maximizing learning potential with AI in Moodle LMS. So I hope to receive your feedbacks in this form. Yan, to be able to receive po yung mga certificates natin. So again, this will stay right here. Thank you very much po for your time and your participation in this webinar.